Hi, my name is BB Crawford, and I blog for Plaid for Women. I've done a couple written blogs. I've done a few interviews and shows with Sarah Zink, who I absolutely love. She's so awesome. And today I thought instead of writing, I would talk to you. And I love the opportunity to be able to actually do a conversation with you. So, just a little bit about me. That's my husband and I back there. When we first met, we had a motorcycle, so we always went motorcycle riding. And I have two dogs with me, Zoe and Bob. So hopefully they won't bark, because the last time I tried this, they just barked like crazy people. So we're hoping for they don't bark. So today, what I want to share with you is spotted zebras. Yep. My first coaching company was called Spotted Zebras. And I had spotted zebras of the sister herd. And we would do group calls and things like that and learn how to live the effortless, energized, and exciting life. Well, over 8 years later, actually close to 10 now, I have learned so much more about how to create that effortless and energized and exciting life of a spotted zebra. So, since Plaid for Women is for women, I'm going to share with you, as my spotted zebras of the sisterhood, how to create that life. Okay? So, first thing you want to do is you want to write down a list of everything that you interact with on a regular basis, daily basis, from your family, your intimate personal relationship with your significant other, your kids, if you have kids, your job, all the way through your health, as in exercise, eating, and you just list all those down on a piece of paper in one column. Just put them all there. Then what I'd like you to do is rate them from 0 to 10. And what I want you to rate them on is, how are they in your life? Are they the juiciest, most awesome, couldn't get any better? That's a 10. All the way down to 0, no, they're not. In fact, it's kind of a struggle. It's frustrating. It's disappointing. It's just not even on the Richter scale. 5 is about, yeah, it's livable, it's doable. It's okay. We have good days, not so great days. I enjoy it, my job or whatever. It works, but it could be better. So remember that. 0's not even registering at all. 10 is, whoop, yeah, living the juicy life. Okay? And the reason I want you to do that is I want you to become aware of how much you just live status quo and you let things just go along, even though it's really not what you desire. And then from there, what I'd like you to do is write in juicy detail, the ones that aren't at 10 yet, what would it feel like if it was? What would it feel like to have the job that you want to have? What would it feel like to have the relationship that you want to have with your family, with your significant other, with your kids? What would it feel like to have friendships the way you want to have them? In juicy detail. It could be a couple sentences up to a paragraph or a page, but I want you to write that. What would it feel like? Not so much how the concrete's got to show up exactly like this or it's not going to be good enough. I want you just to be into the flow of what it would feel like. Because girls, we do everything based on feelings. Men do too. No one drives a Maserati or a Porsche just because it drives fast and it looks hot. They drive it because of the way they feel behind the wheel. No woman ever buys a really expensive pair of shoes or a purse just because she likes to wear cowhide. It's more about how she feels when she's wearing it. And you know what I'm talking about. That outfit that just makes you feel like, oof, $1,000,000. That's what I'm talking about. So then, after you do that, what I want you to look at is, what would you do action-wise? What actions can you take to create that, what it is you do want to feel? And it's kind of funny, you can possibly hear my Bob dreaming right now, so I apologize. There's dog dreaming in my talk. Anyhow, back on track. Squirrel. The other thing is, what I want you to look at and think about is, what are the actions you can take today? It doesn't have to be big, huge action, like go back to school and get a degree so you can get the job of your dreams. I'm talking about one action. And then I want you to list any actions that come to your mind. Don't disqualify them like, oh, that could never happen. I could never do that. Just write down some ideas about actions. And here's the kicker. This is the kicker, ladies, because I've been living this effortless, energized, and exciting life for years now. Don't disqualify those action steps. Then you look at them and you say, okay, that's a pretty big one. I don't know if I can do it all on my own. So who do you know that can help you take that action step? Who's going to would be willing to hold your feet to the fire? Who maybe is on the next step up that could actually give you a hand down and help you get up that step to take that action? There are people in your life that are there that really want to support you. So I encourage you to look at those action steps, and then you create a plan. And every day, part of that plan is you envision and you visualize what it would feel like to have your life at that specific place, be it relationships, a house, job, whatever it is, to have it the way that you want it and how it would feel. Even though your mind's going to go back to the not quite right yet, to the my relationship's like this, or my job's like this, and you're renting rave like a homeless person on the corner of a busy street. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to focus on what it would feel like to be that way. And I'll tell you how powerful this is. My husband and I, when we first met, we knew we wanted to take the work that I do on the road and travel everywhere. But we didn't have a motorhome, so it was going to cost a lot. And he wasn't retired yet. And so we imagined having the life of living on the road with a motorhome. We didn't have one yet, but we imagined. We talked about it in juicy, juicy detail. And the amazing thing is my parents actually ended up wanting to sell theirs, so we were out there helping them get it prepared to sell. And the funny thing was, just prior to that, my husband totaled his motorcycle. He wasn't hurt, he was okay, but the motorcycle, she wasn't too good. But we got a lot of money for it because he'd already paid it off. So when we went out to California, the really funny thing is, my sister brought up, well, why doesn't BB and Larry take it, the RV? And my parents said, sure, you pay for new tires and hoses, you can have it. Well, we just happened to have totaled the motorcycle, so we could. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to. So the how wasn't our business. It unfolded just how it was supposed to. And then we were able to do all those things for the motorhome. And now we are starting on weekends to travel and speak and do this training all over the country. And this year, we're envisioning what it'll feel like when Larry retires as an Army civilian, a veteran from Fort Hood. And then we're going to do this work all over. Yet, we didn't know how. So here's the deal. Figure out where you're not at a 10. Write in juicy detail what it would feel like then to be a 10 in that particular area of your life. Then I want you to focus on what it'll feel like, what it'll look like. Not hardcore, white-knuckled expectation mode, but what would it feel like? And I got to tell you, ladies, if you do this on a regular basis, you will see the most amazing things unfold. 360 degrees of opportunity show up that you never would have seen when you were blinded, with those little blinders on, focusing on what's wrong in your life, what's not quite right yet. I want you to focus on what it would feel like. Talk about it. Have a vision board. Do all those things. And then look at what actions you're willing to take to move forward to it. Larry and I had to be willing to go out to California to help my parents. We had to be willing to put some money down that we just happened to have land in our lap. What are you willing to do to create the relationships, the job, the health you want? All those things. You have to be willing to imagine it in juicy detail, take action, even little baby steps, ask people to help you take the bigger steps, and move towards what it is you do desire in your life, which is juicy, effortless, energized, exciting life. Be a spotted zebra. Let those stripes of limiting beliefs and comfort zones fall away so your spots of authenticity can glow and you can live empowered and ready to rock your world. So this is me, BB Crawford, and you can find me at emotionalselfsufficiency.com. You can email me at BarBara at ESSTRNG.com. And if you want to join me on Spotted Zebras of the Sisterhood with BB Crawford on Facebook, would love to have you join me, learn more about it. Otherwise, I'm here to support you to live your effortless, energized, and exciting life of a spotted zebra. Let your spots glow. Have a great day, ladies. Talk to you soon.